Yes. Yes, yes, yes. One, two, one, two. One, two, one, two. One, two, one, two. Okay, guys. How's the sound? How's my levels? Okay, guys. How's my levels? Okay. 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 Okay, guys. How's my levels? Okay. We're in. We are settled in. Uno momento. And today we're talking about topic is when did Luis Ortiz get so expensive? It's a curious case that now he's in negotiations or was in negotiations with Anthony Joshua. All of a sudden, the guy got expensive, real expensive. So we're just looking at when did Luis Ortiz get so expensive? Now, I'm responding to a comment left in my comment section by one of those guys from over there, if you know what I mean. One of those over there guys. And he was telling me that Luis Ortiz did good numbers on Showtime. That's why it's so expensive. I said, oh, really? Well, if he's such a high profile fighter demanding high profile money, then why was his fight with Deontay Wilder not on pay-per-view? Why was Ortiz's fight with Deontay Wilder not on pay-per-view since he's so high profile? And if Wilder's so high profile, then surely two guys of such high profile would have had a pay-per-view fight in the land of pay-per-view, the USA. How could you have two guys of such high profile not on pay-per-view when they fought? It seems oh so strange. Oh so strange. So when did Luis Ortiz get so high profile and so expensive? When was that? And if he was so high profile and so expensive, then how is it that he fought Deontay Wilder for $500,000? $500,000 he fought Deontay Wilder for, but now he's asking for 10 mil. Now he's worth 10 mil. Really? Really? Don't seem to make much sense. Don't seem to make so much sense if he's so high profile and he does good numbers on Showtime. And now he's asking for 10 mil, but he can't get a pay-per-view in the land where he calls his home, the USA, the home of pay-per-view. But he's so high profile. It's very, very strange. Very, very strange. You see, I have a different theory. I have a different theory about why he won't face, why he's having problems with the negotiations to face Anthony Joshua. You see, I think he's following the Deontay Wilder blueprint. You don't want to fight somebody. You don't say you don't want to fight them. You say you want to fight them, but then push your price sky high. You present yourself at a price that you know the offering party is not prepared to pay. They're not prepared to pay Ortiz 10 million to fight in a fight where they had a budget for Miller at about 6 million, 6.5 max, despite what you heard in the press. But he knows it's 6 million, 6.5 max, and he wants 10 million, when his previous high is $500,000. He's using the Deontay Wilder technique. Find out what they're willing to pay, and then ask for something like double that, or 40% more than that. What is the real reason Luis Ortiz does not want to fight Anthony Joshua on June the 1st? Because that's what it is. They're putting themselves at a price that they know they're not going to get. So it's just another way of ducking the fight. It's just another way of ducking the fight. What is it? What's the real reason? Why do you not want the fight? Why does Ortiz not really want the fight? Is it PEDs in the system? Yes, yes, yes. It's official. We are live. It's Raphie Dawkins Combat Radio. It's Boxing Talk with Raphie. Episode 10. Now let me get into the correct window. Yes, yes, yes. The area is populated. Let me give out the roll call before we commence. Jake Cleary is in the house. Tommy Temper is in the house. Padre Al-Baghdadi. Who else have we got? Ani ITD. Ani. I'm going to call you Ani. Yes, Ani. Good to have you in the house. Good to have your subscription. Good to see you. The Geezer is in the house. Pablo. Yes, yes, yes. Trigger Happy is in the house. Everybody, smash that like button. I'll join you. Just done it. Toby Bartlett is in the house. Good to see you, Toby. I think for the first time. Are you a newcomer, Toby?
Rude Boy is in the house from Florida, USA. We are officially international. Leighton Evelyn. Yes, yes, yes. The area is populated. Trigger Happy J. Yes, we are international. Everybody smash that like button. I'm bopping to the beat. People may think I've got that, whatever the thing that, what's that trainer? What's that trainer? What's his name? Who's the guy who used to train Pacquiao? Glasses. The guy who used to train Pacquiao. They split up. What's that guy's name? Yeah, it's Roach. People might think I've got the thing that Roach has got, but I haven't. It's just the music. The music makes me feel good. Freddie Roach. Freddie Roach. People might think I've got the thing Freddie Roach has got, but that is not the case. It's the music I'm bopping to. Can you hear the music? Rude Boy from Florida. Shogun Boxing is in the house. Big up Shogun. Big Baby Farmer in the house. Marty Fieldman. Marty Fieldman has promised me 2 ladies to dance behind me with a large snake. You can hear the beats. Okay. I don't want you to miss out. I'm enjoying it. I love this beat. I love this beat. The tribal beat. Okay. Right. Where do I begin? There's so much to get through. Where do I begin? That's the hardest part of the thing, to know where to begin. Pablo says, I think your show is better than Parkinson's. Leighton Evelyn says, I should begin with Wilder. Tommy Temper says the chicks with a snake sounds bad. There's too many jokes I can come off with that. But this is a family show. This is a family show. I see what you did there, Pablo. I liked it. Okay. Right. Let me get into it. Let me begin. Let me commence. Let's go with the sheet. Let's go according to the script, shall we? Okay. We're going to start off easy and then go in deep. Leighton Evelyn, Wilder is coming up in a big way. He's got a fight on the weekend, as we all know. So Wilder features deeply in this thing. Maybe too deeply. I got a lot of stuff on Wilder. Is it too much? I don't know. He's got a fight on Saturday, so I think it's legit. It's reasonable. It is reasonable. But we're going to start off with something that I missed on Monday. Something that was on my topic sheet, which, we got carried away. We got deep into it and didn't have time for it. So I'm going to start off with Julian Williams, a.k.a. J-Rock, versus Jarrett Hurd last week. If you saw that fight, do me a favor and write, yes, I saw it, or just yes or no. If you saw the J-Rock versus Jarrett Hurd fight, write yes or no. Yeah, Wilder is rough. He features in it. He features in this deeply. Wilder features in this show deeply. Okay, we got a lot of yeses. We have a lot of yeses to that. Marty Fieldman says no. No, not yet, says Pablo. No, says Tommy Temper. But it's yes From Jake Cleary. Yes, from Leighton Evelyn. Yes, from Toby Bartlett. Yes, from the geezer. Tommy Temper has seen the highlights. Okay, let me get into that. Should have covered it last time, but I'm going to do it. Yes, Ped. Ped is in the house. Right. Shogun Boxing, yes. Leighton Evelyn says big fight. Now, listen, let me get into it. This is just a starter. We're just warming in. We're warming in. Julian J. Rock Williams versus Jarrett Hurd. Jarrett Hurd was supposed to be the winner. Jarrett Hurd was the champion, and he was supposed to be the winner. Fuzzy is here. Excellent. He was supposed to be the winner against J-Rock, Julian Williams. Julian Williams had lost a couple of years back to Jarrell. Is it Jarrell? I always get them mixed up. Jarrell Charlo. So, where are we? Which screen am I on? Yes. He lost to Jarrell Charlo a couple of years back, and people had wrote him off. People thought it was pretty much a formality. Pretty much a formality that Hurd would win that fight. But interestingly enough, it's popping already, Ped. It's popping already. People have populated the area early. Excellent. But as I was saying, people expected Jarrett Hurd to win that fight. But from the start, even when they were facing each other, there was something I noticed in the demeanor of J-Rock. J-Rock was all business. I looked at him and I said, this man is coming out. This man is coming out to do some serious business. And as soon as the fight started, round one, J-Rock was in it. J-Rock was in it. Round two, I think it was round two. J-Rock looked like the champion. Of the two, J-Rock looked like as if he was the champion. He dropped Jarrett Hurd. Glancing blow to the temple, dropped him. Round 3, 4, and onwards, it was close quarter contact. Close quarter engagement. I have to give a ton of props to the referee, because the referee just let them fight. He didn't try to split them up every time they were in close, because they weren't hugging for the most part. They weren't hugging. They were battling. To anyone who has not seen that fight, I strongly recommend you go back and watch Julian J-Rock Williams versus Jarrett Hurd. That was an excellent fight. To me, it looked as if Jarrett Hurd was drained. I'm not trying to make any excuses for the guy. I've got no horse in that race. I've got no dog in that fight. Not trying to make excuse for Jarrett Hurd, because frankly, I don't like his fighting style. He doesn't show finesse. Of course, he has finesse, but he doesn't show finesse. What he shows is that he's generally heavier than the other guy, and he can take a good shot. And he'll take shots. He'll take a shot to give a shot. I don't like that. I don't like take a shot to give a shot guys. I like guys who will evade your shot, the opponent's shot, and deliver their own. AA boxing is in the house. I like guys who will slip the opponent's shot and deliver their own. This take a shot to give a shot, no, I'm not into it. DJ C Rock is in the house. So that's my issue with J-Rock. Take a shot to give a shot. No, that will always catch up with you. Leighton Evelyn says hit and don't be hit. That is the name of the game. Taking a shot to give it a shot. No, not down with it. And on Saturday, it caught up with him. Herd may have been bigger, but J-Rock was the more defined. First of all, there didn't seem to be that much of a size difference, but J-Rock was ripped. Herd, he looked smooth, physically smooth. J-Rock was ripped. So I say, the evidence shows that J-Rock was the more conditioned guy. But not only that, it was his boxing technique. J-Rock was fighting with some technique that it was just beautiful to sit back and watch. Too many times we have to make do with guys slugging it out. This was not slugging it out. There was slugging involved. There was some heavy leather being thrown. But no, J-Rock, he was turning corners, slipping punches, punching and immediately twisting to one side or the other, turning corners, making himself highly unavailable to be hit. And even when Jarrett Hurd managed to hit him, the shots were not the sharpest shots. You know, I noticed a lot of push shots from Jarrett Hurd. Noticed a lot of push shots. But when J-Rock responded, it was always with sharp punches. Sharp punches. Oh, Hurd can take a very good punch. But when you rely on that, when that's the cornerstone, when that's an integral part of your game, you're always going to end up coming a cropper at some stage. You're going to come a cropper. And on Saturday night, Jarrett Hurd came a cropper. Yeah, those push shots. Those push shots shouldn't really be scoring shots. Yeah, I know. Push shots. So now that leaves us looking at the Jamel v. Harrison fight. Jamel v. Harrison. Next poll. Who do you think is going to win that fight? The Harrison versus Charlo. Harrison versus Charlo. Right, one or the other. Who do you think wins that fight? Remember, Harrison took the belt off Charlo. Or Harrison beat Charlo. Yeah, took a belt off him. Yeah. Who do you think wins that fight? Harrison or Charlo? Let's have your answers. Leighton Evelyn is going with Charlo. Tommy Temper says Harrison. Tony Bartlett says Harrison. DJ C Rock says Harrison again. Shogun Boxing says Charlo, but I want Harrison to do it again. Marty Fieldman, Harrison. The majority of the people think Harrison is going to do it again. Harrison, no rematch. He's bonkers. Right. Ped, draw. Okay. Right. Good stuff. Right. My assessment is this. Most rematches go the same as the first fight. So Harrison for me. Okay. That's an interesting point. Close fight. Not sure. Okay. All right. My assessment is that Charlo, since he's gone over with Derek James as his trainer, he seems to have put aside some of his boxing skill. What I saw in that first fight, that Jamel Charlo v. Harrison fight, what I saw in that first fight was Charlo headhunting, going for the knockout. Charlo was intent on the knockout, looking for the knockout. And in the meantime, Harrison was busy boxing. Yeah, you can say he was moving. He was moving. You could say he was moving too much. You can say that. But at the end of the day, he was landing on Charlo using boxing skills, while Charlo was busy trying to find the knockout punch, forgetting about his boxing skills. Always, always, always a silly tactic. Very, let me say imprudent. Very imprudent. Smash that like button, folks. Very imprudent tactics. You can't let the next guy outbox you while you're looking for the knockout. No, you've got to box with him and let the knockout come. Yeah? Box with him and slip in that knockout punch or let it flow. You've got to flow. Charlo was disjointed all night. That was the first fight. What do I think is going to happen in the second fight? That's going to depend on Charlo's mind frame. If he goes in there full of ego, thinking, yeah, I was going to get in there. I was going to get in there and knock him out. Surely he can't think that again. That's what he thought the first time. That's where he came a cropper. For Charlo to win, he's got to box. He has got to go back to his boxing roots. He's got to box with Harrison. Now the counter argument is, well, Harrison's the better boxer. Harrison's the better boxer. Maybe. But all Charlo has to do to win is box enough. Box enough to get in there. Close enough. And land a devastating shot or 2 or 3 or 4 over the period of the course of the fight. But he has got to box. It's up to Charlo. If he boxes, he has a chance. If he goes in there with the same mentality he had the first time around, he's lost again. So I'm saying it's up to Charlo who wins the fight. If he leaves his ego at the door, then he has every chance of winning. If he comes in with the same ego that he had the first time around, he loses. To me, it's a very 50-50 fight. But if I have to go one way, I am leaning towards Harrison. I'm leaning 51% towards Harrison. 51%. That's the way I'm leaning. If Charlo comes in humbled with the right mentality, then he wins it. If not, boom. So, in conclusion to this segment, the winner of this fight, it seems, is going to get J-Rock. Looks like they're going to solidify. Remember, Jamel's already beat J-Rock. So, that's motivation enough. That's motivation enough to get his mind right. But we will have to wait and see. Okay. Let's go back to the chat. That's the first topic done. Let's go into the chat. Yes, hey, Boxing and Blunts in the house. Hello to Bree. What's people saying? What are people saying in here? Rumor has it that Hurd was after special supplements. I have no idea about that. Why would he be off? If he was on in the first place, why would he be off? That is the question. I really don't know. Hey, Nevlin, it was a good war. It was a great war. It was a great war. DJC Rock. Fuzzy says he's like a weight bully. He's like the weight bully Spence. Referring to Hurd. Hit and don't get hit. That's boxing. Well, you should certainly try to avoid getting hit. Johnny Lightning in the house. Wilder's comments on Breezel are disgusting. We get into that, Johnny. Fear not, we get into that. That was a good fight. Hurd can take a punch. He most certainly can. And he showed it. He showed it. And in years to come, that will show up on brain scans also. Better to slip a punch than take a punch. Charlo, Harrison. Okay, we had the votes. The votes, incidentally, Harrison. Harrison came out on top on that vote. Harrison killed him in the press. Harrison did. It was a bit uncouth though. I mean, I preferred it if they would have kept it a little bit more classy. You know what I'm saying? It's just not just boxing hardcores who are watching that stuff. It's a wider audience, or it should be a wider audience. But it won't be a wider audience if people are running their mouth in that manner. Obscenity-laced sentences, one after the other, consistent torrent of obscenity. I think that's really uncouth. I don't think it's acceptable. I think it's unacceptable. You know, it's not the locker room. You know, it was a conference for the world to see. It was very poor, very poor. It was ungentlemanly. You can express yourself in the same way without the obscenities. You know, just imagine watching Formula One. Just imagine watching Formula One and Lewis Hamilton comes out with a stream of obscenities every sentence for half an hour. Where would the sponsors be? They'd be elsewhere. They would be elsewhere, somewhere else. You know, somebody needs to talk to these guys. I mean, who's talking to these guys? You know, that kind of behavior. Listen, it was funny. It was funny. It was funny. It was. But that kind of behavior drives sponsorships away. It stunts the growth of the sport. It's bad for the sport. It's good for entertainment between men in the locker room, talking all that jazz, talking all that obscenity-laced sentences. It was Jamal that beat J-Rock. Yes, Fireman. Fireman in the house. Okay. I think we've covered the chat. AD is in the building. AD is in the building. Good to see you, AD. You've been laying low, bro. I haven't seen you. I haven't seen you in the usual places. What's going on? What's going on, AD? I haven't even seen you over at BFTB. I stopped in on the Boxing Voice. Oh, I'm going to talk about the Boxing Voice a little bit as well. I listened to a bit of the Boxing Voice today. And, you know, I had a little scroll through the chat. So we're going to touch on that quickly, briefly. Yeah, Ben V. McClellan. Yeah, that's a whole topic in itself. That was kind of ooh. Yeah, I was on the edge. Ben V. McClellan was very much on the edge. Very on the edge. Okay, right. So let's get into my observations. Tommy Temper says TBV, thumbs down. Now, I know that a lot of people here, this is how we made the connection. This is how I know you, how you know me. I'm seeing a lot of faces here, not over there anymore. I've had a hectic couple of weeks. I'm back now, my G. Yes, AD. Good to see. Now, I noticed a lot of the regular names that I would expect to see over there at TBV. I don't see them. There's just a few. There's just a smattering. What's going on over there at TBV? I know there must be some regular TBV watchers here. But my question is, where is Akon? There was only two presenters there. There was Nescafe and Mike. Only two presenters, Nescafe and Mike. My question is, where is the British representation? Where is the British representation over there in TBV land? Ped got permaband. He got the permaband. Where is Akon? Where is Akon? I don't know. I don't watch it enough to say he's been gone for a while. I don't know. But I watched it today. And Akon wasn't there. Is he still on TBV? What's going on? There was just two men. There was just two men there. There was just two men there. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. It's crazy. It is crazy. So we got no answer. We don't know what's going on. I don't know. I just watched this one show. Shogun asked, what about Jackie's the Truth? Is he still there? Not seen Akon for about 6 days. Very, very strange. Akon, I know you're probably watching this. Oh, another thing. Some of the phrases that Nescafe is using, believe it or not, I think Nescafe is one of our watchers. Smash the like button, folks. Nescafe used some phrases that I use on this show. Yeah, he does. He does cut the mic sometimes. Nescafe used some phrases that I use on this show. That tells me that Nescafe could be one of the people watching now. Nescafe, bro, feel free, just type in, bro. Let Nevin say just lock up the back door. Nescafe, you're welcome, bro. You don't need to hide, bro. Come on in. We know that what's that mod called? Gem? We know that Gem's a watcher. We know that Gem's a regular watcher of the show. So really, I'm getting to get to what I really want to say is Akon, feel free to come on in. Feel free to come on in. You need to come before the council. We need to talk to you. We need to talk to you about the British representation, my friend. Come on in. Come on in. You have an invitation. I'll put you on. We can talk. You got the equipment. You got your mic. You got your camera. I'll get you on here. We need to talk about the British representation, my friend. Okay? That's a message to Akon. That's a message to Akon. Come on in, bro. Come on in. Come on in. Okay. Let me take a sip of this and then we'll get back onto the topic sheet. Okay. So much to talk about this week. Let's get into it. Let's touch on the first topic because Wilder comes up on several different occasions. Let's go into the first Wilder topic. And let me see if I can use some of my skills again. Let me see if I can use some of my new acquired skills again. Yeah, let's go for this. Let's go for the screen share. Right, here we are. Share. Let's cut the music. Let's go.
on, man? You doing okay?
My man, huge fight coming up for you on Saturday, man. How mentally are you right now? Like,
Mentally, I'm strong, you know, and I'm ready to go. I know I got a lot of things like interviews and other things that's going on before the fight, but it's part of it.
listen, I gotta ask you, man. I spoke with our quote unquote mutual friend Anthony Joshua last week and asked about you, and his words were, "Come see me."
We did that 5 times, and they denied me. So I don't want to hear them talking about coming to see me because we came and saw you, y'all still ran. So now that you desperate, you ain't got nowhere to go. Now you want me to come and see you? They didn't want it. They wanted to stay behind the castle. They wanted to stay over in England. The fans over there deserve to fight there. So stay your ass over there. You ain't got nowhere to go, and now you want me to come and see you? Man,
there's a couple NBA teams that might need your help, motivation. Is there anyone you'd like to go speak with before they hit the court?
I mean, anyone that needs me, holler at me.
Okay. Okay. So there you have it. There you have it. Where am I? I'm over here. I'm over there. Boom, boom. In the correct screen again. Okay. So, right. What are we saying in the chat? What are we saying in the chat in response to that? Tommy Temper says, I think we have a fox among us. I think there's more than one fox, Tommy. I think there's more than one fox. Jim, show yourself, my friend. You know you're welcome here. Smash that like button, folks. You know you're welcome here. You know, it's international. Show's international. You are welcome to come in and talk. Let's talk. Let's talk, baby. Let's talk, baby. Lane Evelyn, Wilder, the Alabama Strangler. Yes. Ped, wow. Wilder made those skinny leg jeans baggy. Oh, man. He's so full of it. 5 times. We can talk about that 5 times. I want to talk about that 5 times. Remind me to talk about the 5 times. Monty Fieldman, sort him out. J-Rock. Dude is in America now. Dude is in America? Which dude is in America now? Oh, the landlord. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Ped. Is that the worst rep of an English accent? What was that? What was that? Was that an English accent? What was he doing? What was he doing? He articulates better when he's doing an English. He does. He should use it more often when trying to do an English accent. He should do it more often. Wilder's self-promotion is terrible. He gets what he pays for, I suppose. Yeah. Sounded somewhat Indian, says Leighton Everett. I don't know what he sounded like. Wilder can't speak English, period. For reals. For reals. See fake accounts. Interesting. Fuzzy. It's hard listening to this fool anymore. Wilder. I just can't watch any of his interviews. Too much bull. He is so full of nonsense. I missed the last bit. I had to do the recycling. Well, the last bit. Let me haul and pull that one up. Just the audio. Let me haul and pull that one up. Let me kill the music. Let me kill the music.
I'm strong, you know, and I'm ready to go. You know, I know I got a lot of things like interviews and other things that's going on before the fight, but it's part of it.
Listen, I gotta ask you, man. I spoke with our quote unquote mutual friend Anthony Joshua last week and asked about you, and his words were, "Come see me."
We did that 5 times, and they denied me. So I don't want to hear them talking about coming to see me because we came and saw you, y'all still ran. So now that you desperate, you ain't got nowhere to go. Now you want me to come and see you? They didn't want it. They wanted to stay behind the castle. They wanted to stay over in England. The fans over there deserve to fight there. So stay your ass over there. You ain't got nowhere to go, and now you want me to come and see you? Man,
there's a couple NBA teams.
Those were Deontay Wilder's words. We tried. We came to see you 5 times. 5 times. What were those 5 times? What were those 5 times? Let's break it down. Let's break it down. Music's back on. Music's back on. When was the 5 times? They received an offer. What was it? What was the first offer? Was the first offer 15 million? Or okay. Was the first offer 15 million, or was that the second offer? Was the first offer 15 mil, or was it 7 mil? Okay, let's say the first offer was 12.5. Okay. So the first offer was in the region of 12.5. That was the first offer. Then there was the 15. Then there was a 15 mil offer. Then that was the second offer. Then the third offer, I think that will double whatever your highest was. So that was referring to the Fury fight. It was going to double that. And then that was the third offer. Then the fourth offer is the 40 mil. The 40 mil for one fight. Another 40 mil for the second fight. Yeah, he sounded like Borat. You watch too much Borat. Wilder sounded like Borat. So, yeah. So that's what it stands. 60-40 or whatever. But 40 mil, 80 mil for 2 fights. So at what point, where were these? We came to see them 5 times. They came out with the 50 mil offer. Couldn't substantiate that they had 50 mil. So effectively, they've come to see them once. He agreed to one offer. I think that was the 15 mil offer. He agreed to that, but didn't sign. They had the contract for something like 2 weeks, didn't sign it. Forcing AJ to go over and fight or bring Pulev in. He'd got a stay of execution from, I think it's the WBA, who were ordering that fight. They had the stay of execution to allow them time to negotiate with Wilder. They did the negotiation, sent the contract over. Team Wilder sat on the contract for somewhere in the region of 2 weeks and stopped responding. Then once the Pulev fight was made, then they came back and say, "Oh, we was going to take the fight." So Wilder has come to see them maybe 2 times. One with the dubious 50 mil offer. Bearing in mind that Wilder is a guy who offered Joseph Parker something like, some people are saying it's less than $1 million. I'm saying it's $1 million. Joseph Parker's trainer's son said on the Boxing Voice back then, I was listening in, they made us an offer which we could get for a local fight. I'm saying that's around $1 million. I've heard that figure put as low as 600,000, just a little bit more than Luis Ortiz, which would make sense. So I've heard the figure that they offered Joseph Parker for a title fight, WBC title, Wilder's WBC title versus Joseph Parker's WBO title. I've heard that figure. Smash that like button, folks. I've heard that figure put as low as 600,000. I've got it as $1 million. Joseph Parker's trainer's son said they made us an offer which we could get for a local fight. That's why they declined. They ended up coming over to fight AJ for something in the region of 6 million. $6 million. Okay, so we've put that argument to bed, that foolish argument. We've come to see them 5 times to bed. You agreed to one offer and then wouldn't return the contract for 2 weeks. I'm going to give you that as coming to see them. I'm also going to give you the 50 mil, the dubious 50 mil offer. I'm going to give you that, Wilder, on the basis that at least you were saying something. At least you was talking, even though it was just for a little bit. Of course, the offer has to be regarded as bogus because it came with a 24-hour deadline, which automatically makes the offer bogus. Nobody comes with an opening offer of a certain figure and it says you got 24 hours to accept. That's nonsense. Some people counteract and say, well, actually, they had 48 hours. It's still nonsense. Eddie Hearn was in New York. He said, I'm flying into New York because I've got a card in New York. So let's have a meeting. Shelley Finkel declined the meeting. Declined the meeting. But I'm still going to give you that as coming to see them. So that you came to see them, you spoke to them twice. Once with the bogus 50 mil offer, and then once when you accepted 15 mil, but declined to sign the contract. So there you go. You had dialogue, proper dialogue with them 2 times, on 2 occasions. On 2 occasions. That's it. Where does the other 3 come into it? And what about the 40? What about the 80 mil that you've got on the table? What about the 80 mil that you've got on the table and have up to this point declined to sign? You rejected the offer. You rejected 80 mil for 2 fights. 80 mil for 2 fights and you rejected. Say no more. Okay. So we've struck that topic off the list. We've got through that one. As a matter of fact, let me get into the chat to punctuate this. They wouldn't meet Eddie. Exactly. You make an offer, you make a 50 mil offer, and then decline to meet the guy's promoter. Nonsense. That comes from Tony Bartlett. Yeah, Shogun Boxing says, I think he's including the fake 50 mil offer. Yeah, I'm going to give him that because at least they were talking for a second. Only for a day, though. They're only talking for 24 hours, but at least they were talking. So I'm going to give him that as one of the times he came. We went to see him. 2 times you went to see him, the fake 50 mil offer and the 15 mil offer, which you agreed to and then declined to sign the contract. The guy talks projectile, you know what? Says Leighton Everett. Wilder said he would. Marty Evelyn says, what offer would Wilder take? He said he would take the 15 mil offer. They agreed on that, and then he wouldn't sign the contract. They went silent. Eddie came for a meeting. Eddie went to a meeting in America, and they declined to see him, says DJ Rock. That is true. He's a heavyweight social media champion. Contracts included. Yeah. But when you check the comments in his social media, they're not good. They are not good. The big announcement was Wilder's clothing line, says Ped. I think the big announcement, we come to the big announcement later. I think I know what it is. I did a video on it. Ped. Fuzzy says, what about Wilder's big announcement? Lol. He was only saying he has a clothing line. Oh, really? He has a clothing line. I thought it was something different. I didn't know that was his big announcement. I thought his big announcement was, we'll get to that in a second. That was his big announcement. Okay. What did I used to say on TBV, Shogun? Shogun. What did I used to say on TBV? Lane Evelyn. The man can't do business. Imagine paying your mortgage off. Saying to the bank, the money's in the bag. The money's in the bag. Don't worry about the money. It's in the bag. Yeah, I had a big that money in the bag thing. That was Nesto. That was Nescafe's thing. The money's in the bag. The money's in the bag. We had many a debate about the money being in the bag. Turned out the money wasn't in the damn bag at all. The bag was full of bricks. It's full of torn up newspapers. is full of rat-chewed newspapers. Right. We've concluded that topic. Wilder's imaginary, we came to see them 5 times, is officially garbage. Okay. Next topic. Okay. Still Wilder. I told you this was Wilder heavy. He's got a fight coming up on Saturday. So this is Wilder heavy. Which one am I going to go with? I got 2 Wilders left. I got 2 Wilder topics left. All right. Okay, let's go with this one. Wilder says, I'm allowed to legally kill Dominic Breazeale. And that is my aim. I'm paraphrasing. And my question to that is that not bringing, is a statement like that not bringing the sport of boxing into disrepute? Where are the sanctions against Wilder for making such unsportsmanlike and inflammatory remarks likely to bring the sport of boxing into disrepute? I repeat, Wilder says I'm legally allowed to kill Breazeale in this sport, and that is my aim. I'm paraphrasing. Should Wilder be sanctioned for such unsportsmanlike statements which could easily bring the sport of boxing onto the front pages for all the wrong reasons? That is my question. Populate the area. Populate the chat. Smash the like button for anybody who hasn't. That is my question. Can such remarks be acceptable? Are such remarks acceptable in a sport where people can get life-threatening injuries? Are such remarks acceptable in a sport where people have actually died in the ring? Are such remarks acceptable in a sport where we have watched fights that have left participants crippled for life? Are such remarks acceptable? And if not, should Wilder, who has been making these remarks for some time now, should he not be sanctioned by the relevant governing body? Okay. My position is this, and then I'll get to the chat. My position is that in a sport where people, probably every year there's a death. I would imagine every year there's a death. And if not a death every year, then there is a life-threatening injury. Did we not just see Stevens? Did we not just see him in a coma? Did we not just see him on a life support machine just the other day? Or was that Badu Jack? Just the other day, we've seen a boxer on a life support machine. We didn't know whether he'd come through or not. My position is that such remarks, such sustained remarks and repeated remarks by Wilder are totally and wholly unacceptable. Unacceptable. We've seen Gerald McClellan. Some of us remember the Gerald McClellan fight with Nigel Benn, Gerald McClellan. Gerald McClellan to this day is in a relatively vegetative state. He is in a relatively vegetative state. He's an American. We have Watson. Very sad night that was late in Evelyn, but one of the best fights I've ever seen. And it ended that way. To this day, one of the best fights I have ever seen. I don't think I've ever seen a more action-packed fight. Shola Ibofin is in the house. So, we have Watson, Michael Watson. Michael Watson was rendered, who's on a life support machine also. 9 million viewers alive for the Nigel Benn, Gerald McClellan fight. One of the best fights, one of the most action-packed fight, one of the most eventful action-packed fights I have ever seen. And then we have Michael Watson. He went on a life support machine. He is severely handicapped as a result of blows to the head. Blows to the head. To the brain. Brain damage. Permanent brain damage. So in a sport where those things can and do happen, how can such language, how can such words be acceptable? Shogun Boxing asks, can the commissions in America not take any action against Wilder for these comments? They most certainly can. He's bringing the game into, this is my argument, that he's bringing the game into disrepute. Deontay Wilder, with those tasteless, classless comments, unacceptable comments, is bringing the game into disrepute. Whatever athletic commission he's fighting under, so for example, he's fighting in New York, so he's under the governance of the New York State Athletic Commission. He's under their governance. They have the right to take the appropriate action against him, Wilder, for such inappropriate, grossly inappropriate statements. And we've seen nothing of the sort. We've seen nothing. This is totally and wholly unacceptable, and he should face sanctions. He should face sanctions for those comments. And now we branch off. We're still on this, but we look at the consequence. We look at the consequence of Harrison's foul language, which, yes, I was entertained. But I also understand that there are consequences for such foul language in a game which is supposed to be professional. It's highly unprofessional to talk in an obscenity-laden manner, as did Harrison. It's highly unprofessional. And the consequences of that are that big business shy away from boxing for the very same reason. So how can these guys talk in such a reckless manner on the one hand, and then bemoan the fact that big business is not coming in to sponsor them? That's the very reason. It's the very same reason. The way Harrison was speaking is the reason. The way Deontay Wilder is currently speaking is the reason. Those are some major reasons, not the only reasons, but major reasons why big business shy away from boxing. If big business shy away from boxing, then boxing becomes marginalized. Boxing becomes considered not a blue chip sport. These guys need to be sanctioned. They need to fall in line. They need to make this thing more professional. It's already a dangerous sport. They need to act in a more professional manner, speak in a more professional manner. There's time and place for everything. When you just got to fight, come up in potentially the eyes of the world, you have the eyes of the world, and then you're going to speak so recklessly. You're shooting yourself in the foot. These guys are shooting the sport in the foot. It's wholly unacceptable, and something needs to be done by the commission. The relevant action needs to be taken by the relevant commissions. That's my position on the matter. Let's get in the chat. Wild Leighton Evelyn, sad night that was, referring to Nigel Benn versus Gerald McClellan, when Gerald McClellan fell into a coma and then came out of the coma in a permanently vegetative state. Very sad night. Padre al-Baghdadi, he got away with it before. He's just building up for his fight, as it's supposedly personal. Yeah, he's got away with such reckless talk before. While the fanboys love the dead body talk, says Marty Fieldman. That vegetative state business is scary stuff, says Ped. Shola Ibofin, sadly. Tommy Temper, Fallen Heroes. Leighton Evelyn, over 9 million viewers watched the live in UK. Watch the Gerald McClellan. Watch the Nigel Benn v. Gerald McClellan. In those days, for those who don't know, boxing was on standard TV, regular TV. Regular TV. Tommy Temple, Warriors, Leighton Evelyn. Yeah, Tommy. Pablo. Tyron Booth got banned for saying man down. That's not as bad as what Wilder has been saying. That's an extremely good point. That's an extremely good point by Pablo. Tyron Booth said man down in reference to a fighter. I think a fighter who died, was it not? Man down. And he got banned. He got banned for 2 years, or is it permanent? Yeah, ended his career pretty much for the time being. But yet Wilder's saying worse. Wilder's saying he wants to put a man down permanently and with no repercussion. Best fight I've seen live, says Leighton Evelyn. It was an incredible fight. It was an incredible fight. I had it on VHS back in the Dizzy. Michael Watson could have been great, indeed, says Marty Fieldman. Watson Ben was a great fight. Yeah, I preferred Ben, so it wasn't so great for me. Ben was the guy I supported back in those days. Shogun Boxing. Can the commissions in America not take any action against him for these comments against Wilder? Most definitely, they most certainly can. They simply have opted not to. They turned a blind eye. Toby Bartlett, he's representing the WBC. Why don't they say anything? They should. Why don't they say anything? Because they appear to be, for all intents and purposes, they appear to be in Al Heyman's pockets. They appear to be in PBC's pockets. Seems like WBC and PBC work in partnership. They're partners. They're partners. Should it be that way? Absolutely not. But is it that way? It certainly looks that way. You know, you see my expose on Formark. What's his name? Formark? Brett Formark? Something like that. Yeah. He works for the WBC, the Barclays Center, and he works for the PBC. He has jobs with all three of those entities. So if that's not partnership, I don't know what is. What if Breezel kills Wilder? Well, wow, that would be rough, wouldn't it? But you know, that would be some people would say that would be karma. I hope nobody kills anybody. I hope they both make it out unscathed. I just hope Breezel beats Wilder. He's talking very reckless, and he's lying. He's clearly lying. We wouldn't see them 5 times. It's a bit much to take. It's too much to take. Too much to take. ESPN First Take felt awkward with his comments, says Leighton Evelyn. Michael Watson was a special boxer, the most complete of his peers. Yeah. He was complete. He was very complete. Shola Ebo. Wilder always speaks about bringing things into existence. It's serious. Yeah. Well, you know, that's a fair statement. Who could disagree with that? That's what he does. He does say that. He does talk about speaking things into existence. Wilder race baits all the time. If a white boxer said comments like this, they would be crucified. They would most likely have to face consequences. Everybody should face consequences for statements like that. Shola Ebo. That's why Mike Tyson says AJ is a breath of fresh air. He did say that. A breath of fresh air for the sport. I've got about 3,000 hits on that. That's crazy. 3,000 hits on my video on that. A lot of the channels have missed that one. Leighton Evelyn. Yeah, Joshua doing all the hard work. He's doing all the leg work. He's doing all the leg work to bring kids and grannies into boxing. And then Wilder's comments turns them off. Yeah, you got to keep that guy away from mainstream media. Marty Fieldman, Wilder also said he wanted to cripple Brazil in front of his kids. He did. He did say that. No sanction once again. No sanction. It generates talk, therefore money. Wilder is expendable. It generates talk. Yeah, it does generate talk. And it could generate money, or it could turn away money. Yeah, so let's look at that. Padre al-Baghdadi, let's look at that. It generates talk, true. Therefore, money. Well, that's where I come in there. I say no. I say that talk will turn away money. It may bring a little money in, but it will turn away a lot more money than it brings in. So therefore, that's the definition of counterproductive. Brings a little money in and then turns away a lot of the money that could have come in. That's the definition of counterproductive. So I think he's hurting himself. He's hurting himself. Let's imagine. We know that Brett Formark, one of his remits, one of his jobs as one of the leader or the chairman of the PBC LLC board. One of his remits, one of his jobs, one of his goals is to bring in advertising. Look for different revenue streams, advertising streams. And now your flag bearer, the fighter who is your flag bearer fighter, talks reckless like that. What are those top companies going to say? What are Mercedes going to say? They're going to say, no, this guy's a nut. We can't have a nut like this associated with our prestige product. What Colgate going to say? Colgate toothpaste, what are they going to say? We can't have this nut representative as a representative of our product. What Apple going to say? What Apple going to say? Apple going to say, what? This, what? A man talking about killing people? We're Apple. We can't have that. What Microsoft going to say? What Google going to say? They're all going to say, this guy is a certifiable nut. No, thank you. Let us know when he retires. Get back to us. Get back to us when he retires. Get back to us when he retires. He's highly expendable. He's highly expendable. Padre al-Baghdadi says Wilder is expendable. He's highly expendable. To an extent, he's expendable. He's highly valuable to the PBC right now. He's highly valuable to the PBC right now. Leighton Evelyn says he thinks he's some holy figure. Well, his dad's a pastor. His dad's a preacher man. So he's grown up with that preacher talk in his home and twice on Sunday. In his home every day and twice on a Sunday. Leighton Evelyn, sponsors run from him. Absolutely. Leighton Evelyn, Everlast Boosts, who wear them trainers. Come on, bro. Everlast Boosts who wear them trainers. Yeah, oh, I see what you're saying. Everlast Boost, who wear those? Yeah, I got you. Right. So that topic is done. That topic is done. And that topic was Wilder saying he wants to legally kill Dominic Brazil. Dominic Brazil. Now, we've got two topics left. I'll leave it to the audience. We got two topics left. One is another Wilder, or The other one is a Tyson Fury topic. So what topic do you want next? Right, Wilder or Tyson Fury? I'm gonna leave it to you. 2 topics left to go. 2 topics to go. Which one do you want first? Wilder again or Tyson Fury? Yeah, we're gonna do both of them. Which one do you want first? Padre al-Baghdadi votes Fury. We're gonna do both, Leighton. We're just saying which one do you want first? So far, we got a Fury. Nanjalone boy, Fury. One more. Wilder, let's slag him up. Fury. Okay, Fury wins. It's Fury. It's the big dust of Fury. It's the big bum. We're going with the big bum. So the last topic is going to be Wilder again. I think this works out best. Fury, but Wilder, Fury, then finish with Wilder. Okay. Let's go. We're going with Fury. This is the second from last. The penultimate topic. We've got one topic after this, and that's going to be Wilder again. Okay. Fury v. Well, what's the first question I want to go with this? Okay. Let's go with. No, we'll start off with. We'll start off with Wilder. Fury has come out in his topic with Michelle Joy Phelps and said it was his statement was misunderstood when he said 3 fights and finished. What he meant was 3 fights and then finished for the end of the year, recharge his batteries and then come back fresh. That's what he meant. He said he was misunderstood. So what I'm saying is the Fury is now saying he's not retiring after 3 fights. He said 3 fights and I'm done. Meaning, he says the meaning of that was 3 fights till the end of the year and then I'm done. I'm having a break. So, to clarify, to update, Fury says he is not retiring after 3 fights. That's like a public information thing. Okay, so that's one. That's a statement. Yeah, he's bipolar. Yeah, he's bipolar. Says one thing on a Monday, nothing on Tuesday. Yes. Tommy Temper says 3 cherries. Yeah, he wants 3 fat cherries. He wants 3 juicy cherries. It seems he wants the least. We'll be able to tell better after his next opponent when we see who his next opponent is. But right about now, it seems like he really does want a cherry. He really does want a cherry. Ped. That was who said that? Yeah, that was Tommy Temper. Ped says, I can't take it serious when he says the lineal is on the line. He's defending his status. It's a comedy thing. It's a total comedy thing. It really is. I think Fury is the consummate piss taker. Pardon my expression. Fury is the consummate piss taker. It reminds me of somebody that I know. Older. He's an older guy. But he's constantly piss taking. Not in a way that's offensive, but he's always finding an angle on things. Always finding an angle. Saying something, no, I didn't really mean it. Fury is that guy. He is that guy. He says he's misunderstood. I think he's perfectly understood. He's a bit of a piss taker. It was a wind-up to get people talking. Yeah, it's a wind-up. He's a wind-up merchant. He's a wind-up merchant, and you don't know what to take seriously from what not to take seriously. But one day, he's going to end up as the boy who cried wolf. One day, he's going to say something that's actually serious, and people are going to think, listen, we've heard this, we've heard all this beep before. So get out of here. Get out of here. We've heard it all before. So ultimately, he's going to be the boy who cried wolf. When he's serious, nobody's going to take him seriously. That's the problem with being a constant prankster. He's a constant prankster. Coca-Cola makes you bipolar. Coca-Cola makes you bipolar, says Tommy Temper. His jaw looks suspicious on a vid today as well. Today, his jaw looks suspicious after the vid when his wife had a newborn the other day, about a month ago. His jaw looked very suspicious then. I haven't seen his jaw today. I'll check it out after this. Swinging like a pendulum. Uh-oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. Yeah. Leighton Evelyn says, I can't wait till he beats Schwartz and holds up the invisible belt. Show us the belt. Show us the belt, Fury. Show us your invisible belt. Show us the belt you won when you beat Vladimir Klitschko. But hold on a second. When did Vladimir Klitschko ever say that he was lineal champ? When did Vladimir Klitschko ever say, I, Vladimir Klitschko, am the lineal champ? I don't remember him saying it once. Bear in mind that Fury failed drug tests before that fight and after that fight. Not immediately before, but pretty soon after. Pretty soon. How can you be lineal champ if you fail drug tests prior to the fight, sometime before the fight, and then not too long after? And then retire. And then get banned. So he tested positive for drugs sometime before the fight, not too long after the fight, then retires, and then gets banned. So how can he be lineal champion with that sequence of events? He got people to talking about him. Absolutely. It did serve a purpose. It did serve a purpose. Marcus Lauer. I'm late. What up, y'all? Yeah, man, you're late, but there's always the replay, bro. We still got a little ways to go. And there's the replay, bro. Smash that like button. Good to see you. He talks about knocking everybody out, but who does he knock out? Who does he knock out? When he talks about giving his purse to the homeless, yeah, I found that tasteless. Personally, I find Fury a highly humorous individual. I find him a highly humorous individual. But, you know, you can't be talking about giving all your purse away to the homeless and they're not doing it. You can't do that. And if you gave a percentage, well, come back out and say, I gave a percentage. You don't have to say what the percentage was, but just be a little bit honest with it. Put some honesty in there. So it's all good to be a joker, but, you know, it's nice to be honest as well. Lol. Pet says, I'm wearing the belt. Can't you see? I've got an analogy that I've had for a long time about some of these guys in the King's Clothes. The King's Clothes. Everybody knows the fable of the King's Clothes. And for those who don't know, I'll run it by you one day. I'll put it in a video appropriately placed. I did have it for Wilder. I was going to use it for Wilder, the King's Clothes. But now Tyson fits, the King's Clothes fit Tyson too. Tyson Fury fits him very well. It fits both of them. They both have a BS element to them in different ways. Fury with a joke element attached to the BS, and Wilder without the joke element attached to the BS. I don't know which one's worse. Only lineal status holders can see it. See that invisible belt. The lineal belt is the invisible belt. To be fair, Vlad was lineal. Yeah, but my question was, when did you ever hear Vlad say he was lineal? You could say Vlad was lineal. Yeah, that'd be a fair shout. But when did you ever say, I'm talking to Tommy Temper. That's what Tommy Temper said. To be fair, Vlad was lineal. Yeah, that's a fair point. But my question is, when did you ever hear Vlad say that he was, I am the lineal champ? Leighton Evelyn. Marty Fieldman. Vlad never fought Lewis. Correct. His brother did and lost. Why did the fight go ahead if he tested way before the fight? Well, he got tested. Well, it was the Christian Hammer fight. He got the Christian Hammer fight that he fought. That should have been stricken from the books, as is in the documentary. That should be stricken. That should come up as a no contest, because that failed drug test they're applying to the Christian Hammer fight. So that should be a no contest. But when you go into BoxRec, it says victory for Fury. Fury was drugged in that Christian Hammer fight, was adjudged to have been drugged on PEDs. But BoxRec has that fight as a victory for Fury, when it specifically states the British Boxing Board of Council or drugs, whatever, UCAD, specifically state that fight should be adjudged as a no contest because Fury failed a drug test. So you could ask as well, why is a guy who failed a drug test being anointed or appointed with a title fight, the very next fight? Did they even let Klitschko know that Fury had failed a drug test in his prior fight? Because remember, the ban was retroactive. So it could be possible that it didn't even let Klitschko know that they were fighting a guy. He was fighting a guy who had failed his previous PED test in his previous fight. Very dubious. Very, very dubious. Yeah. Marcus Lauer, never heard of someone failing a drug test and not being stripped and the win being removed. Yeah, exactly. Jay Cleary, yes. Yeah, absolutely. A cokehead is lineal, too much. Yeah, he's a lineal. Well, I mean, I wrote in the previous post, he's a lineal cokehead. Lineal cokehead. It's out of your system in 48 hours. Quick acting, in and out. I didn't know about the 48 hours thing. Ped, I'm having suspicions. Shola Ebo, does anyone seriously think Tyson's on the... Oh, I see what you mean. You're talking about yeah, I see what you mean. Right, to get the proper sequence. Shola Ebofin said, does anyone seriously think Tyson's on the sugar booger? The booger sugar? PD says, I'm having suspicions. Leighton Evelyn says, it's out of your system in 48 hours. Yeah, I thought you was talking about the Nandrolone. Yeah, the sugar booger, the booger sugar. Yeah. Yeah. They wanted Lad to step down. Tell me more about that, Tommy Temple. Tommy Temple said they wanted Lad to step down. Get beat. I got you. I see what you mean. Yeah. I want him to get beat. Yeah. I want him out of the way. Yeah. I can see that. He was termed the most boring champion, and he'd been a champion for like 7 years straight. Talking about Klitschko. AFC Razor 84. I am a new member. Really think you deserve more subs. Also, you smoke BFTB. If I'm right, yes, I did. Keep up the good work, buddy. You have earned a sub. Thank you very much, AFC Razor 84. Great to have you. And great that you come into the chat. This is the place. Smash that like button, folks. Anybody who hasn't done so. So AFC Razor is a new sub, and he's in the chat where everybody should be if they can make it. If not, I know a lot of people watch the replays. I appreciate that too. Tyson and Huey failed. Yeah, Toby Bartlett, I'm going to ask you a direct question. Toby Bartlett, have you seen my 2-part documentary on the topic? Toby Bartlett says Tyson and Huey failed. Toby Bartlett, have you seen my 2-part video documentary on the topic? Tommy Temper, there was no money in the heavyweight division because of the boring clit. True. I agree. Okay, Toby Bartlett responds, no, not yet. I've done a comprehensive, and that applies to anybody who hasn't seen the 2-part documentary. I've done a comprehensive 2-part documentary surrounding the Tyson Fury's Klitschko fight, before and after. And it forensically documents each step of the way how Fury was found to be a drug cheat. Dates, events, compounds used, all in a forensic investigation. It's a 2-parter. It's in my video. Go into my videos, scroll down, and you'll find part 1 and part 2. Obviously, you're going to find part 2 first because that's came later. So I'll be watching in a bit. Yes, it's a forensic breakdown of the times and the compounds used. It's all there in black and white on the screen. Receipts are shown. Anybody interested in the topic, go and check out the 2-part documentary. Something's called Mythbusters. Hold on a second. Let me do this. Let me use my skills. I have skills now. I should use them. Let me use my skills. Let me bring it up. I should use my skills. I should use my newly acquired skills. Let's bring it up on the screen. Let me put it up on the screen so you can see the thumbnails. Okay. Now, let me see if I can do this. I can do this. Let me do this. Application window. That is the application window. Share the application window. So when I go back in here, I should be able to squiggle around. So here we have myth busting Tyson Fury part 2. The images of Tyson Fury punching Deontay Wilder in the mush. It's next to the thumbnail within will Tyson Fury be allowed to fight in a wig? There you got Tyson Fury in a wig. There you got part 2 and myth-busting Tyson Fury. Myth-busting Tyson Fury. Who is the real king? That's where he's wearing the red tie and holding the red top microphone. Got it as like 1 week ago. 1 week ago. Part 1. Part 2. Okay, so they're there. They are there. Let me come out to the screen share. So, to be clear, did everybody see that? Did everybody see that when I brought it up? Skills. Did everybody see those? Did everybody see that when I brought it up on the screen? Takes a long time for me to see the responses. Yes, okay, thank you. Okay, so boom, it's there. It is there. Where are we now? What about Yuri Fury failing? Did he get an active ban? He got the same ban. Yuri Fury got the same ban as Wilder got. 2 years retrospective. So he got a 2-year ban, retroactive in the past. Yeah, in the past. The question is, did he fight? Was he fighting in the 2 years that Tyson Fury wasn't fighting? That's the question. I have to take a quick look at BoxRec to decipher that one. Yeah, Tommy says he needs to get some wild meat. Yeah, go for the uncastrated wild boar from Spain or that region. How come the WBC make Dillian White fight Ortiz or Fury or Povetkin? Yeah, Breezel only has to fight Eric Molina. Yeah, because it's clear corruption. They wanted a soft touch. For Deontay Wilder. It's very clear. It's very, very clear. Anybody who disagrees with that, I don't see how. It's evident. It's very, very clear that that's what it is. Corruption. Very clear. It's very clear. It's very corruption. It's corruption. Parker. Tony Bartlett says Parker, I think. I don't know. How do you mean, Tony? I'm not Toby. I don't quite get that. Okay. Right. So, where are we? Right. So, oh yeah, still on Fury. The last part on Fury. Right. Tyson Fury accepts the WBC fight order to fight. Right. There we go. So, yeah, good question, Leighton. That's the topic we're talking about now. Tyson Fury accepts the WBC order to fight Dillian White, so long as it's for the diamond belt. So Fury says, yeah, I'll fight Dillian White, so long as it's for, smash that like button, folks, those who haven't, so long as it's for the diamond belt. Now, what is the diamond belt? The diamond belt is a belt which it's a WBC invention, WBC creation. It's a belt which apparently is higher than their heavyweight belt. That holder being Deontay Wilder. So Fury is effectively saying, yeah, let me fight for a belt which is higher than your standard belt, which is held by Deontay Wilder. Let me fight for a belt that's higher than that. Let Dillian and I fight for a belt that's higher than that, and you got a deal. You've got a deal. You've got a deal. So we want to fight for a belt which is allegedly superior to the standard heavyweight belt, and you've got a deal. Obviously, the answer to that would logically be no, because if the WBC are Wilder protectors, which clearly appears to be the case, then why would they sanction that fight? Although on the other hand, everybody looks at it as a joke belt. But if the WBC say, well, listen, we know we call it the diamond belt, but everybody looks at it as a joke belt, so let's do it. Let's do it then. Let them fight for the diamond belt. I don't think it happens, but strategies, meetings, strategy meeting. I could see them going into a strategy meeting and saying, well, listen, Deontay is still the real world champion. Yeah, you're the diamond belt holder, but Deontay is still our world champion. You see, Wilder, Fury is thinking out of the box. He's saying, listen, I've got this phantom belt, lineal belt. Why don't I go for an actual belt? An actual belt. Bit of a phantom still, but at least it's solid. People can see it. I can't hold up the lineal belt, but I can hold up the diamond belt. I can see meetings, strategy meetings. I can see somebody going in there and persuading them, listen, the diamond belt, it's nothing really. Let them fight for the diamond belt. Let them fight for the diamond belt. Who recognizes the diamond belt? Who recognizes the diamond belt? Nobody. It's just a creation of our imagination. Let them fight for the diamond belt. So on a common sense level, I'm saying, I'm agreeing with Leighton, no way to let them fight for the diamond belt. But if people know that the diamond belt is just what is it? It's nothing really. It's just a name, a diamond belt. I can see if you get the right people in that meeting, they could say, yeah, let them fight for the diamond belt. Deontay is still our champ, but these, this other guy's got the diamond belt. I can see some persuasive people swinging that around. So, yeah, Callum Smith's guy, and he's the top dog in his division. So, you know, it seems unreasonable, unlikely, but it's very possible. Yeah, the diamond belt is a posh version of the silver belt. Well, that's how we look at it. We look at it that way. And so they might say, listen, they might say exactly the same thing. It's just a posh silver belt. Who's the silver belt holder? WBC holder. I think that's White. I think White is the silver belt holder. So let's just go for another silver belt type thing that nobody really notices or take notice of or cares about. Let's do that. Boom. It's possible. It's possible. Does it come with sanctioning fees? Oh, it will definitely come with sanctioning fees. That's the whole point. The whole point is they're trying to get money. Get money. Get that money. Get that money. They pick Fury because he don't want to fight Wilder. And he's on ESPN. So the fight's not going to happen. They're just blocking White out because they know he would unify with Joshua. Hence the blockout. Yeah. Well, that's the game. That's the long game. That's the long game that they're trying to avoid. Well, first of all, it's very possible that White knocks out Wilder. Could Wilder knock out White? Very possible. It's too close a call. It's too close a call. They don't want to take that risk. It's supposed to be higher ranked. Fuzzy says it's supposed to be higher ranked. The diamond belt is supposed to be higher ranked than Wilder's belt. It's super champ status. Because that's what Callum Smith holds. Yes, absolutely, Fuzzy. It's supposed to be that. It's supposed to be that. But with all the wranglings, this, that, and the other, they're going to come out with Section 42, Clause 3B, meaning whatever they want it to mean. Oh, it's interesting. What about the WBC lineal belt? It's mad. It's mad out there. Yeah, they picked Wilder, so they picked Fury so Wilder don't have to fight White. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Leighton Evelyn. That came from Leighton Evelyn. Smash the like button, folks. We're coming up to the end now. We've got the last topic. We have the last topic. This is why Fury wants the diamond belt, because he knows they won't allow it. So then he can duck White and say he tried. Yeah, that's entirely feasible. That's entirely feasible. Entirely likely. That came from Fuzzy. Okay, and now we come to the final topic. Final topic. Is the worm turning? Smash that like, says Jay Cleary. I agree. Is the worm turning in relation to Wilder? They say he's not going to keep. He says he's not going to keep lowering. You know what? This is going to be a big one. So I can't get into all the nooks and crannies of it. I can't get into the nooks and crannies because we got about 10 minutes left. So I'm going to have to pick one element. It's one question, but there are so many elements. I'm going to have to pick one element to deal with today, and we'll deal with the other elements on Friday. So I'm going to have to pick one element of this. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go with A. Clause A. Right. Because I've got a bit of a video on it as well. Wilder says he feels, well, as a matter of fact, hold on. Let me use my skills again and show you the corresponding video to what I'm about to say, to the question. There is a video which corresponds with the question. Let me show you a clip of the video. Where are we?
Deontay Wilder's special announcement. It was a time where cue this up. So let's get straight into it.
Right. Let's use these skills. Let's use these specially acquired skills. Let's put the music on pause and use these special recently acquired skills. We're going to screen share. There we are. We're going to say share that. Okay, now we're cooking on gas. I'm getting really professional at this.
Let's cue this up.
This is the time where he won. Last topic, folks.
Muhammad Ali was an amazing man, and he means so much to me. During the time that he came up, it was a very difficult time. It was a time where he won gold medal, and due to racial humiliation, racial abuse, he threw his medal into the Ohio River because he felt like he hadn't accomplished enough as far as the perception of what people looked upon him as. He was a strong man that expressed his opinion, and on his birthday, I won my first title. And I felt so connected to him during that time. I felt like he passed the torch to me. And to this day, the drum in my heart beats. Ali, Bumbaye. During that time, I felt like he passed the torch. Strong man that expressed his opinion. And on his birthday, I won my first title. And I felt so connected to him during that time. I felt like he passed the torch to me. And to this day, the drum in my heart beats. Ali, Bumbaye. Ali, Bumbaye. Ali, Bumbaye. I just want to say thank you, Muhammad Ali, for paving the way for a fighter like myself and many other fighters. Thank you so much. On his birthday, I won my as far as the perception of what people looked upon him as. He was a strong man that expressed his opinion. And on his birthday, I won my first title. And I felt so connected to him during that time. I felt like he passed the torch to me. And to this day, the drum in my heart beats. Ali, Bumbaye. Ali, Bumbaye. Ali, Bumbaye. I just want to say thank you, Muhammad Ali, for paving the way for a fighter like myself and many other fighters. Thank you so much. As far as the perception of what people looked upon him as. Strong man that expressed his opinion. And on his birthday, I won my first title. And I felt so connected to him during that time. I felt like he passed the torch to me. And to this day, the drum in my heart beats. Ali, Bumbaye.
So there you have it. There you have it. Stop sharing, this thing says. There you have it. Stop sharing. Where am I? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Yeah. Okay. So, boom. Wilder feels that Muhammad Ali passed his torch to him. Passed his torch to him. Now, Leighton Evelyn, it was Leighton Evelyn who sent me that clip. It was Leighton Evelyn who sent me that clip, and I watched it. I watched it and I thought, how am I supposed to feel about this? Because on some levels, well, after thinking about it a bit, I thought the thing that struck me the most was, and I say in the video, as a video I made this morning, early this morning. And I say in the video, it's like, it saddened my heart. Yeah, thanks to Leighton for that. Thank you, Leighton, for sending me that. Or sending me the link. Thank you. Appreciate it. And it saddened my heart that Muhammad Ali threw his gold medal away. Now, what kind of tumultuous times and disadvantageous situation, would you have been living in? What rough times you must have been living in to make you feel so disenchanted with the land in which you were born that you would throw your hard-earned gold medal away. How terrible it must have been. So how terrible it must have been for Muhammad Ali to have been living in a land that made him feel so uncomfortable. And so my first impressions of that was just sadness that was how his country made him feel. So that was the first thing. So basically that video, if you watch that video, basically it's like a tribute. The video turned into a tribute for Muhammad Ali. Yeah, he ended up having me think deeply about it. And yeah, it turned into an absolute tribute. To Muhammad Ali. Where is the window? Is that the window? Share that window. There it is. There it is. Deontay Wilder compares himself to Muhammad Ali. It's got a picture of Muhammad Ali on there from his younger days, Cassius Clay days, I think, or just turned Muhammad Ali. And so, yeah. So it turned into a tribute. So I'm grateful for the fact that he sent it to me. Returned to a tribute, but that's obviously wasn't the point of that wasn't the reason he sent it to me. So then after thinking about it, then I thought, well, hey, I better actually make a video on the topic of what the guy said. So, I mean, what Wilder said. And so I made a video on what Wilder said. And what he said. He said that he feels as if Muhammad Ali passed the torch to him. Muhammad Ali passed the torch to him. What the hell are you talking about, man? What the hell are you talking about? Muhammad Ali passed the torch to you? Are you 100% off your rocker? Are you 100% off your rocker, Deontay Wilder? What the hell? Muhammad Ali passed the torch to you. Muhammad Ali was a man full of skill. What the hell is this? Oh, it's the same thing. Muhammad Ali passed the torch to you. Muhammad Ali, full of skill. Mentally sharp as a nail. Went through the Olympics, won it with skill. Not brutish power. Well, there was power there as well, obviously. But won it with skill. And your unparalleled skill. Unbelievable skill. Came back with the gold. You came back with the bronze. Where are the parallels? Where are the parallels? Man of the people. Always with the people. Always about the people. Where are the parallels, Deontay? Where are the parallels? That's his mother, I believe, right there. That's his mother. That's his brother. His brother was also an accomplished boxer. Very good boxer. They sparred together often. That's not his brother. Where are the parallels, Deontay? That's my question to you. Where the hell are the parallels? Where are the parallels? I don't see it. We have an articulate, skillful man. Deontay, you're not articulate. And your skills are clubbing. Your clubbing skills. That's Sonny Liston and his wife. Ali clowning, walking by. Sonny Liston, massive hands. Where are the parallels? Where are the parallels? I don't get it, Deontay. Muhammad Ali was fighting the top of the top, the cream of the crop, routinely. There was no 5-year. There was no 5-year marination. There was no 5-year marination. You know, there was none of this. There was no windmilling. There was no windmilling. No windmilling. No windmilling. No windmilling. Yeah, it was skill and craft. Skill and craft. Gold medal. Amateur days. Windmilling. 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 None of that. None of that. None of that. And then we look at Deontay Wilder's comments. This is the Joker I was telling you about, the WBC champion, but he's awful, useless excuse of a champion. You have to Google him to see him. He's not very well known outside of the US. What's the announcement? What's the big announcement? This is the man's own social media. He's getting roasted like a duck, roast duck, Peking duck. Ali never ducked anyone. Duck squad. Quack, quack. This is on his own social media. People are posting this stuff up. And this is the man who's comparing himself, who says that he feels like Ali passed the torch to him. He feels that Ali passed the torch to him. On his own social media, getting roasted. Roasted like a roast duck. Roasted like a roast duck. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And Deontay Wilder is comparing himself to this man. Just fight AJ, you big dusser. Ali never ducked anyone. Is this really your announcement, bro? So sorry, man. You're not even close. Not a single bit. If you want to feel connected to AJ, stop running and fight. Ali ran from no one. Nobody. And so I had to make a video about it. I have an announcement. I have an announcement about an announcement about an announcement. No, I don't know who Harold Scroney is, but he's free to, if anybody finds him, tell him to sub up. Tell him to sub up. Yeah, so that is my position. That is my position. I don't understand. I don't see how Deontay could even begin to compare himself with Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali, he was jailed for not going to the Vietnam War. He refused. Anti-war. Said no. Why are you traveling all those miles to bomb people for? Are you crazy? And you want me to be a part of that? You must be out of your mind. And as a consequence, they jailed him and took his boxing license away from him for 3 years. For 3 years. And Deontay Wilder wants to compare himself to Muhammad Ali. I say that's utter and absolute nonsense. Utter and absolute nonsense. Okay. So we're out of that now. Yeah. We're out of there. Okay. Right. Okay, folks. So, Ali's brain, let's get back into the chat now. Let's get back into the chat now. Oh, that was a clip. That was a clip from the video I made, by the way. So those images were from the video for those who have not seen it. Those who have not seen it. Okay. Marty Fieldman says, I really hope this fool gets beaten on Saturday. AFC Razor 84 said Ali will be turning in his grave. Those are my thoughts exactly. Wilder is a joke. He knows ish about boxing. DC Rock. What does DWL stand for? DWL. I don't know. That's blasphemous, says DJ Rock. Absolutely blasphemous. Yeah, well, Ali got that love from a country that he wasn't from. And no one knows Wilder in his own land, in his own country, in his hometown. Nobody knows him in his own land, says Fuzzy. Ali could box and talk to everyone. Everybody. They found it in 2014 and Muhammad Ali family bought it back. Hold on. It was found by, I guess it was some private prospectors, people who just whatever. Yeah, some private people, and they found it and the family had to buy it back. I guess the people who found it owned it in a sense. But on the other hand, if you find my property, do you own it? Really? I don't know about that. $200,000 they had to pay to get his own property back. But I guess on the other hand, he threw it away. I don't know. Seems a bit unethical, but I guess they had the money to pay for it, so be it. $200,000. Wow. I don't know. That's confusing. I have to pay for my own property, even though I threw it in a river. Do I still not own it? I can see arguments on both sides. He threw it away, and I found it, so it's mine now. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Is that a real thing? Okay, but at least I got it back. Wow, I didn't know that story, Leighton Evelyn. I did not know that story. Oh, you sent me the link. Well, that's even better. That's awesome. Wicked. I'm gonna check that out, definitely. Ali got refused in a diner just before he threw the gold medal away. Yeah. Segregation time. Segregation. If you watch the film Ray Charles, it's just called Ray. It touches on that a little bit. Yeah, I watched that film. Did I watch that film in the movies? Or was it on a video? Can't remember. Could have been a DVD. Good film nonetheless. I should watch that again. It's a bit slow moving, but it's got a lot of content. Hell of a lot of content. Yeah, man. Keep dropping those jewels. Ali got more love in the UK than America. Yeah, well, America, you have to remember the GIs, the black GIs came over to England, and they got a lot of love. Hell of a lot of love. When they was getting hate in their own land. America is a very, America is very, America. Top man, Raph. Much appreciated, Jake Cleary, just providing a service for the people. The squadron, the squad. Hit that like button, folks. We're coming to a close. What's the numbers like? Still good. Delusional Deontay. Say Shola E. Bofin. Guys deluded for real. Says Leighton Evelyn. Wilder got more love in the UK when he came to Northern Ireland than in his hometown, says Tommy Temper, and that is true. He was treated like a star. He was. Wilder was joint third. So he's at a joint bronze. Is this in the Olympics, I'd imagine? Yeah, joint third. Minus the beer throwing over him. Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. Tommy Temper. Because we love boxers over here, says Leighton Everin. DJC Rock. Heavyweight fighters alive now in America should be ashamed of Wilder. They should be. They should be. Wilder, this is a good point. Marty Fieldman says Wilder has a big gob, but Ali was a poet. He was a poet. Interesting little side note. Muhammad Ali's middle name was Marcellus. Let that sink in. Muhammad Ali's middle name was Marcellus. Do you get the connection? Do you get the connection? It's very clear that Wilder's father was a big Ali fan. Yes, the mysterious missing footage. Yeah, Wilder's brother is also called Marcellus. Boom. Look at Wilder's resume. The videos on YouTube's got taken down very fast. But there are pics on Google. Says AFC Razor. I say in the link, Raph. Appreciate it. So, thank you, Leighton Evelyn. Leighton dropping those jewels. He is. He is. Salvage rights. Padre al-Baghdadi salvage rights. Yeah, regarding Ali's medal. Yeah, it's a steep price, but I'm glad they got it back. So glad they got it back. Ali fought in the UK after he refused the army. I'm going to have to research that. Yeah, AFC Razor, Ali's brother. Wilder's brother, Marcellus. Yeah, he fought Henry Cooper, but I don't believe that was after he got refused from the army. Was it? I thought that was in his early days. Very early days. I thought that was in his Cassius Clay days. I thought he fought Henry Cooper in his Cassius Clay days. Yes. Awesome. And what can I say? We've made it through another one. It's getting easier and easier. Easier and easier. My skills are increasing. Step by step. Day by day. We've made it through another one. So, it's a shout out. Oh, it's bedtime story time. Oh, is everybody ready for the bedtime story? Cassius Marcellus Clay. Yeah, I think it's bedtime story time. So which story am I going to tell? He fought here for 5 years when he refused the army. The USA took his license, Raph, and the only place he could fight was in the UK. Wow. I did not know that, AFC Razor. Wow. Yeah, people are saying yes. They are ready for their Ovaltine and bedtime story. And the malt biscuit. Okay. Peace out, guys. Need to shoot the breeze. Yeah. Yes, indeed. Nice one, Tommy Temper. It's bedtime story time. So, this one isn't particularly funny. It's just a story of something that happened to me today. It's not funny. It's not a funny story. It's just a story. I have always wanted to, not always, but I've always wondered what it would be like to be on a stage telling jokes. And today, I'd finished work today, just come out of the gym. I think most of us from England, so you know that we've had some beautiful days recently, consecutive, like about 2, 3, maybe 3, 4 consecutive hot days. And I was talking to some guys I know, bumped into a good friend of mine. I was the best man at his wedding. Another guy. We're in the town, we're in the center, sun shining. And there's a lady. She was dressed kind of skimpily. But it's summer, so, you know, that's how a lot of ladies dress, skimpily. It's understandable. And she knew one of the guys, so she came up, said hi to him. She was very friendly. She was with another guy, and we got talking. She gave one of the guys a card, and I thought, what's that card? I was wondering what's on the card. Good evening, good day. I thought, what's on the card? And so I said, yeah, let me have one of those cards. What's on the card? It turns out she's a massage therapist. So I said, okay, cool, because I've studied in massage therapy myself. So I'm thinking to myself, sometimes I could really do, nothing funny, no funny business I could genuinely do with a massage. And I thought to myself, hold on, she's a massage therapist. I'm a qualified masseur. She could do me and I could do her. So I didn't say that to her. I just took a card and said, yeah, I'll give you a call. Obviously, we do it free because she gives me a free massage. I give her a free massage. That's fair. Didn't mention that yet. And then she said, yeah, start talking about all the things she does. She's a singer as well, and she does little club dates and whatnot. And the new thing she was getting into was comedy. She said she's getting into comedy. So I said, yeah. Because for some time, I've wanted to just stand on the stage and tell jokes. Not a joke like boom, 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 boom. Like, punchline here, punchline there, just short stories. They're funny. I said to her, I want to try that once. I want to try that. And she said, listen, she gave me a link to a place where there's a 6 weeks course where they help you do your script and refine it in front of a group of your peers. And so our bedtime story tonight is that in about 6 weeks' time, I very well may be getting on stage at a charity event and doing a comedy sketch. How crazy is that? I don't know what the sketch is going to be, but I have so many funny stories in my head that I'm thinking I may just do this. And so your bedtime story tonight is that Raphie, in 6 weeks' time, may just be on stage doing a comedy sketch. Just for the hell of it. Just to try a new thing, a new skill. What the hell? Utter and absolute madness. And that's your bedtime story, guys. That's your bedtime story for tonight. And we are closing. It's the final roll call. It's the final roll call. It's the Fuzzy was in the house. Jake Cleary, Leighton Evelyn, Tommy Temper, Marty Fieldman, AFC Razor, DJ Rock, Tony Bartlett, Shola Ebofin, who else have I missed? Anybody? I haven't missed Marty Feldman. I haven't missed Tony Bachman. I haven't missed Jake Cleary. Padre Al-Baghdadi. Padre Al-Baghdadi, AFC Razor. Tony Bartlett, Jake Cleary. Leighton Evelyn, Tommy Temper. That takes serious balls, and that's my last comment for tonight. Guys, have a blessed day, blessed night. It's Raphael Dawkins, Combat Radio, Boxing Live. Thanks for sharing this time with me, and we are out.